Prudential, and Hudson Pacific Properties, Inc. Financial disclosures are available at sfethics.org. For small business owners, it's been the hardest year of our lives. The pandemic devastated our livelihoods, and now we're just trying to survive. Proposition I could wipe us out. Prop I taxes small neighborhood businesses when we're already reeling. As so many of us desperately try to renegotiate our leases and save our employees' jobs, Prop I makes it even harder. And what's worse? Prop I pours millions of taxpayer dollars into a City Hall slush fund with no protections for how politicians use the money. Small storefronts are the heart and soul of San Francisco. Please don't tax us out of business. No on Prop I. It's idiotic.
This segment sponsored by Grace Gold Media.
Welcome to the KRON 4 Health and Wellness Minute. Right now, it's important to strengthen your immune system. Health and wellness expert Grace Gold is here with a tip to keep your body defense in fighting form. Grace, talk to us about how your cells can help.
Absolutely. Within our cells live the mitochondria. These tiny structures turn the air we breathe and food we eat into energy the body needs to function. Evidence suggests mitochondria also help support our immune system. But like a lot of things in our bodies, after age 30, mitochondria function slows about 10% every decade. That makes us more tired, slower to recover, and can start to have an impact on our health.
So Grace, what can we do?
MitoQ is the first and only form of antioxidant CoQ10 that can get inside mitochondria at high enough levels to power them up 1,000 times more effectively than regular CoQ10. Just take 2 capsules every morning with water before breakfast. You can find out more at mitoq.com.
I never planned on being in an accident, but that truck didn't stop. The truck accident left me with so many questions. Do I have the best doctors? What about my car? The medical bills, work? I need help. I gotta call the Barnes firm. That was the best call I could have made.
At the Barnes firm, we've handled thousands of accident cases. Our team works to answer all of your questions and help each client get the best result possible.
Want to bring you the latest now on the glass fire burning in Sonoma and Napa counties at this hour.
The glass fire has burned more than 56,000 acres. It is 5% contained. Parts of Napa and Sonoma counties remain under evacuation orders. Thousands of people have been forced to leave their homes, and so far the fire has destroyed at least 143 homes. More than 26,000 other buildings remain threatened. The cause of this fire is being investigated.
And the images coming out of the Deer Park community tonight show a town mostly burned to the ground. Homes, a school, a community center, all destroyed.
Heartbreaking. Our KRON 4's Philippe Jagal continues our team coverage on the glass fire, which, as we mentioned, is only 5% contained.
Some residents in Napa County's Deer Park community who were in the process of selling their homes no longer have a place to put on the market. The glass fire jumping roads and properties, burning anything in its path.
Demolished. It's like a war zone. Trashed.
Firefighters spend the day racing up and down the mountain, putting small fires out before they combine with others to make a big one. Neighbors leaving water and tools out for crews to help with the fight.
Nobody can be at every place at the right time.
Jim Schaefer has lived in the area for 40 years. He stayed back to protect his property and his neighbors' homes. Schaefer and family friend George Jones, who evacuated the town of Angwin, have been spending their days and nights passing through the community, looking to put out fires with gallons of water they have in reserves.
It doesn't take much to climb up somebody's wall, you know, and the houses are stacked together, you know. So anyway, we get this water and you know, have had help from my son and stuff.
The flames have reached Schaefer's property, but his structures are still standing. But he's deeply concerned about more spot fires.
You put some of them down and then they come back up again, and I only have a certain amount of water, so I'm kind of sweating it because I got to make decisions on, well, do I spend all the water trying to help other people, which I want to try to do, but I gotta make sure that I got enough when the time comes to take care of my place.
I'm not really trying to be tough. I'm just trying to help a family friend out, and if it gets too rough for me, I tried. You know, just try your best. That's all I can really say is keep a level head and just truck on, man.
In Napa County, Philippe Jagal, KRON 4 News.
Man, that guy's got the right idea. Keep a level head, truck on, try to help people. We are tracking other fires, by the way, burning throughout California. Two of the more significant ones, the Zogg fire in Shasta and Tehama counties, is now 26% contained after having grown to more than 55,000 acres. 4 people have died in this fire, which started Sunday and then just exploded in size. Some of the images there, just stunning. And in Central California, that Creek fire, remember that, is still burning in Fresno County. 44% containment now. They have been working on it, but more than 309 acres, 1,000 acres, that is, have burned. Several evacuation orders have now been lifted as some areas are starting to repopulate.
Yeah, and then these high temps, boy, they're expected to continue right on tomorrow, right on through the weekend.
I want to go to Chief Meteorologist Lawrence Carno. Lawrence, I know we're worried, a lot of people are worried about the air quality, the smoke, but first things first, you got to lower the temperatures, lower the winds, and get the fires out.
Yeah, so much going on, guys, in the atmosphere. Very hot temperatures expected again tomorrow. Heat advisories are going up. Our body's just not used to these hot temperatures and really not cooling off much at night. Even inside the Bay and the peninsula, these temperatures getting hot. 80s, some mid-90s as you make your way into Redwood City and Menlo Park. Santa Clara, of course, going to be on the hot side and hazy and smoky. Temperatures there soaring up in the 90s. The East Bay, of course, one of the hotter spots, getting near 100 degrees in places like Pleasanton and Livermore. Inside the Bay, you're up in the 90s too. Contra Costa County also looking at some hot temperatures, getting near 100 by tomorrow afternoon. And in and around the fire, near triple-digit heat tomorrow. Again, as we're seeing that offshore wind developing, that's sticking around for at least another day, it looks like now. And Marin, you get to places like Lagunitas, Forest Knolls, you get in Novato, some very hot temperatures up in the 90s again. Finally not getting any relief until we get into the weekend. We are seeing that northerly component of the wind. In fact, the winds have now just begun to pick up. You see it right there. The wind's now starting to blow to 18 miles per hour in Sonoma, 19, almost 20 miles an hour in St. Helena. Now, that's down in the urban areas. It's blowing harder than that over the mountainous terrain, and that is going to move this fire further on to the south. Certainly a concern throughout the night tonight and tomorrow. But the red flag warnings have been extended around the rest of the Bay Area above 1,000 feet. The Santa Cruz Mountains expecting gusts maybe 10, 20 miles per hour, maybe some 30-mile-an-hour gusts there, and humidity down to 10 and 20%. So very dry, and we've already got very dry conditions out there. East Bay, be very careful too. Oakland Hills also up in the Diablo Range. Some of those gusts maybe to 30 miles per hour. Humidity down to 10 to 15%. And of course, we've already got the fire burning in the North Bay. Looking at some of those gusts, 15 to 25 miles per hour, maybe tonight. I think tomorrow evening, maybe some of those gusts upwards of 30, maybe 35 miles per hour. Humidity down 10 to 15%. Certainly a fire burning there. Already a concern. Fire conditions continuing into the weekend.
All right, Lawrence, yeah, bad combination. Other stories we're working on this evening, Governor Newsom has signed a bill creating a task force to make recommendations on reparations for slavery.
Our Catherine Heenan, host of Inside Bay Area Politics, is here with more on that. Catherine?
Yeah, we've been saying this really is making history. Grant and Vicki, California now the first state in the country to adopt a law paving the way for reparation payments. In the midst of racial unrest, this bill did get a lot of bipartisan support. The governor signed it before a virtual audience. This creates a 9-member task force that will study ways the state might provide reparations for slavery. It was introduced by Assemblywoman Shirley Weber. She says it's not clear yet exactly what kind of compensation might be provided.
Given the extensiveness of this issue of 400 years, the question becomes, as some would say, can you really compensate with money? Some may believe you can. Some may say there are other things in terms of opportunities denied, resources that should go into those communities that have been adversely affected and that have had long-term impact. So it could be a little bit of everything. Our goal is to try to have a comprehensive discussion and analysis of the impact of slavery in California. That may also talk about what it did across the nation for other states to look at. But what happened in California and how has it impacted the lives of African Americans in California?
And you can watch more of our interview with the Assemblywoman this weekend on Inside California Politics. We will also hear from John Cox. He's the man who ran against Governor Newsom in 2018. He's now giving a big boost to the Recall Newsom campaign. And a new UC Berkeley poll. This outlines the concerns Californians have regarding this year's election and what our D.C. insider is telling us about the closed-door reactions to the presidential debate. Inside California Politics airs Sunday, 6:30 a.m. here on KRON 4. Vicki and Grant, back to you.
All right, thank you, Catherine. And as you know, there are now 33 days until the 2020 presidential election. KRON 4, of course, your local election headquarters this election season. Coming up, lawmakers from the Democratic Women's Caucus are sounding the alarm over the president's Supreme Court nominee, Amy Coney Barrett. Why some Democrats say her nomination could be a direct threat to millions of Americans' health care and women's reproductive rights.
Plus, the A's do something they haven't done since 1973. Jason will break down their do-or-die Game 3 of the American League Wild Card Series coming up.
And you can breathe a sigh of relief, at least in some senses tonight, if you've still not renewed your expired license since the pandemic. The new deadline the DMV has just issued right after the break.
The Great Debate Blowback.
Will you shut up, man?
Gentlemen. The worst presidential face-off in American history. How will it impact the election? Next, Inside Edition. Tonight at 7, followed by ET at 7:30. KRON 4 is here to help the Bay Area get back to business.
App-based drivers strongly support Prop 22 because it protects the flexibility they need.
I'm a busy single mom. Recently retired.
Taking a full course load.
App-based driving works for my family.
Being an independent contractor works for me.
By 4 to 1, app-based drivers want to stay independent contractors.
That's why we need Prop 22.
Prop 22 protects our ability to drive on our own schedule.
And offers wage guarantees.
And healthcare benefits.
Join me and hundreds of thousands of drivers in voting yes.
Yes.
Yes. Yes on Prop 22.
If you've been injured in an accident that's not your fault and you don't have an attorney, listen up. We have legal professionals standing by to answer your questions and tell you what your case is potentially worth. Hi, I'm Gina, along with spokesman Rob. So, Rob, tell the folks at home who should call right now.
Just like you said, Gina, anyone who's been injured in an accident that was not your fault, you don't have an attorney, give us a call right now. We're going to answer all of your questions, and we'll let you know what your case is potentially worth.
Thanks, Rob. You heard it, folks at home. Pick up the phone. Call now.
But I do feel like I'm a pawn in their chess game. I'm a kidney patient, and I have been for almost 29 years. I take it as an insult that these powers that be want to continue to just persist in passing this bill that is only beneficial for them. They ought to be ashamed of themselves. I could die if Prop 23 passes, because if my clinic closes, I don't know where I'll go for treatment. Protect me and 80,000 other dialysis patients. Please vote no.
Hi, folks, we're back, and we're here to remind you if you've been injured in an accident that's not your fault and you don't have an attorney, listen up. We have legal professionals standing by to tell you how much money you can get for your accident and how quickly. Hello, I'm Gina, along with spokesperson Rob. Rob, tell the folks at home who should call right now.
Just like you said, Gina, anyone who's been injured in an accident that was not your fault, you don't have an attorney, give us a call right now, and we'll let you know how much money you can get for your accident.
Thanks, Rob. Call now.
Rihanna on that viral scooter accident.
I just wanted to have a fun time, even if they're dangerous.
Next, ET.
Tonight at 7:30, followed by KRON 4 News at 8.
The California Department of Motor Vehicles is announcing that they're extending the deadline for expiring licenses amid the COVID-19 pandemic. That new deadline is December 31st, 2020. The change impacts those who have an expiring license between March and the end of the year. The extension is automatic, but eligible drivers will not receive a new card in the mail. Beginning October 5th, drivers can request a free temporary card online to document the extension, though one isn't really needed because state law enforcement has been alerted to the changes. Up next, the Bay Area Airport is joining others in offering COVID tests to Hawaii travelers. This one's for free, though, where you can get yours at no cost right after the break.
Welcome to Russell's Furniture. We're getting close to the end of our store closing sale with a huge discount store-wide, including this bed. Hey, Grandpa.
Yeah, what are you doing with this $2,200 bed?
Well, for the solid pine bed, we're going to go $199.
Oh my goodness, well, don't tell me what you're going to do on these $2,000 chairs. I'm scared now.
Well, these chairs, $199.
Oh, wow.
Lift chairs, lift chairs, lift chairs. A huge selection of lift chairs, like this one now starting at $599. This handsome FlexSteel console table was $599, now $149.
Why?
This top quality double power reclining love seat was $24.99, now $6.99.
It's FlexSteel.
$6.99. And it all happens at Russell's Furniture, 2600 Lafayette, Santa Clara.
Years later, we're selling cars so fast we can't even keep them on our lot.
It's crazy. We're taking trade-ins. We're selling cars faster than we ever done.
We buy cars too.
And we take trade-ins, like I said, but he pays too much for cars.
Huh. We want to thank all first responders that are out there, and we're offering special rates for all incoming cars for sale.
We appreciate what you're doing, and we want to show that back.
Thank you.
Please give us a call.
408-246-1000.
No one ever plans on being in an accident, but that car ran the light, and my accident left me with so many questions. Do I have the best medical care? What about my job, my car, insurance? I gotta call the Barnes Firm. That was the best call I could have made.
At the Barnes Firm, we've handled thousands of accident cases. Our team works to answer all of your questions and help each client get the best result possible.
They do one of the most difficult jobs there is, even in normal times. Our frontline healthcare workers. And when these heroes lack the resources they need, that risky job gets 10 times harder. Prop 15 makes corporations pay their fair share to invest in our communities, in our clinics, in the essential workers who treat everyone, rich, poor, and in between. Whether it's this pandemic or the next health crisis, vote yes on Prop 15 for all of us.
For your money tonight, more COVID-19 testing is coming to Bay Area airports starting October 6th. Oakland Airport's going to offer free rapid COVID tests to employees and travelers.
That's an enticement. People flying to Hawaii can schedule their appointment through City Health Urgent Care. Oakland International is the latest to join others in the airline industry to provide their own COVID-19 tests, and Hawaii especially makes you get one within 72 hours of landing there, or else you have to quarantine for a couple weeks, so it's especially important there. Recently, SFO and United announced that they'll be offering COVID tests for people flying to Hawaii. They will charge you, though, as will Alaska Airlines. That airline is selling COVID tests for people flying to Hawaii. For your health tonight, Democrats on Capitol Hill are continuing to sound the alarm over President Trump's Supreme Court pick. They say Judge Amy Coney Barrett is bad news for millions of Americans who rely on health care.
Our Washington, D.C. correspondent Raquel Martin reports as Republicans are pushing back against claims that they are moving full steam ahead with Barrett's nomination.
This is a 1-2 punch to the American people.
As Republicans meet with Supreme Court nominee Amy Coney Barrett, Democrats warn the nominee threatens the Affordable Care Act.
A judge who is intent on ripping it apart.
Thursday, Senate Minority Leader Chuck Schumer slammed Republicans for ignoring red flags he says jeopardizes millions of Americans' health care and rights.
Roe v. Wade, if Judge Barrett got on the court, could either be eliminated or at the very minimum, horrible minimum, so greatly constricted that you'd never recognize it.
Right now, Senate Democrats are refusing to meet with Barrett in protest, but their objections are not slowing down Republicans.
He has extraordinary qualifications.
Thursday, Iowa Republican Senator Joni Ernst accused Democrats and the media of attacking the judge's faith.
Stop these unwarranted attacks.
Missouri Senator Josh Hawley says Barrett's conservative views on abortion earn his vote.
Judge's record as to her understanding of the judicial role and Roe and how Roe fits into that is pretty clear. It certainly meets my threshold.
Senator Mitch McConnell says Democrats are making a fuss over nothing.
It's a bogus issue. Nobody's health care is being threatened.
Illinois Republican Rodney Davis agrees, but says still Congress needs a backup plan.
Make sure that if there is a decision that
makes the conspiracy theories accurate. We ought to be able to come together in a bipartisan way.
The Supreme Court will take up the ACA case just days after the election. In Washington, Raquel Martin.
Time now for Cron 4 Sports.
Well, the streak is finally over. For the first time since 2006, the A's have won a playoff series, and for the first time since 1973, they have won a winner-take-all game. Let's go to the town to see how it all went down. Bob Melvin has remained cool, calm, and collected despite the postseason struggles. And it didn't look good early. Chicago with a 3-0 lead in the fourth until Sean Murphy hits this 2-run blast into left, and the A's cut the lead 3-2. After the A's took the lead on a couple of base-loaded walks, Nomar Mazara grounds one through the hole and into right, RBI single. White Sox tie the game at 4. Later in the frame, Tommy La Stella makes a great juggling catch to get out of the inning. Look at this, over the shoulder, almost like a wide receiver. Still tied in the bottom of the fifth now. Chad Pender, who was brought in as a pinch hitter in the third, lines one past the shortstop for a base hit, 2-run score. A's lead 6-4. The bullpen took it from there. Liam Hendricks freezes the Sox batter to end the game, and the A's finally break through. You can see how hype he is. Here's Pender after the game.
Just a little bit of the weight off the shoulders. Obviously, after the last 2 years, finally moving on. Now get to a 5-game series. It's awesome. Just like extremely grateful and just looking forward to it.
Dude, I need one of those A's hats. Those were dope. Now, Oakland, they move on to the American League Division Series against the Houston Astros. All games will be played in Los Angeles Dodger Stadium. The first 3 games, Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday, all times to be determined. Games 4 and 5, if necessary, are scheduled for Thursday and Friday. It's been pretty much nothing but bad news on the injury front for the Niners all season long. But today they finally got some good news. George Kittle is back on the practice field. He's back after missing the last 2 games after spraining his knee in the season opener. He was a full participant in today's practice and said he'll be ready to go on Sunday night. Deebo Samuel has also been practicing and looks to get his first action of the season against the Eagles. Kittle was asked about the excitement of playing the primetime Sunday night game as he returns from injury.
I get excited at the opportunity. I mean, 5:25 on a Sunday night in Levi's Stadium is pretty exciting. I know our fans won't be there, but we're going to feel them, and it's just going to be really exciting to get out there and play again. You know, I've been missing it, so just looking forward to Sunday.
While Kittle will be playing this Sunday, 2 teams won't. The NFL is pressing pause on the Steelers-Titans game this Sunday. The game will not be played during Week 4 following 2 additional positive coronavirus tests among the Titans. According to a statement from the NFL, 1 additional Titans player and 1 personnel member tested positive for COVID-19 on Thursday. The Titans added cornerback Christian Fulton to the reserve COVID-19 list, so that kind of gives it away. That comes after 4 players and 5 team personnel members tested positive earlier this week. The Titans coach, Mike Vrabel, said on Wednesday that some of the players who did test positive were experiencing flu-like symptoms. So these are guys catching COVID, and they're getting symptoms too. Scary stuff there. We will keep you posted as that story unfolds. But in the meantime, we'll be right back after a quick break.
Our new interview with Rihanna next, ET.
Tonight at 7:30.
With the Honda Civic, fun and sporty can also be practical and efficient. Just look at how the Civic LX stacks up against the competition. It has more horsepower and more passenger space than the Toyota Corolla L and Nissan Sentra S. With standard Honda sensing, a suite of safety and driver-assisted features. No wonder the Civic is the best-selling compact car over the last decade. Contact your Honda dealer to learn more or shop online.
The American Nurses Association California strongly opposes 23 because it would force many dialysis clinics to shut down.
Protect me and 80,000 other dialysis patients. Please vote no on Prop 23.
Bay Area homeowners, do you have low water pressure where you can't even wash the shampoo out of your hair? You know, the same shower that you yell, "Don't flush the toilet, I'm in the shower!" It's time to get rid of those old, rusty, corroded pipes and call Repipe Specialist to get brand new PEX or copper pipes. Repipe Specialists will repipe your home in just 1 or 2 days at half the cost of a plumber. Plus, we offer a lifetime guarantee. Call today for your free in-home estimate to get great water pressure and no more leaks.
There are people who, when the alarms sound, run toward the emergency, not away. People who are there when you need them. They fight fires, take care of the sick, and help our children grow.
Contra Costa County needs these people more than ever.
Measure X will help fund the regional hospital.
Measure X will help fund additional firefighting.
And provide opportunities for our kids.
This is what Contra Costa County needs.
Please join us and vote yes on Measure X.
Yes on Measure X.
Yes on Measure X.
Looking for a job? Check out the new Cron 4 Job Board. Get matched to great opportunities based on your resume. Apply in one click. Plus, get alerts, notifications for new postings, and salary information all in one place. Go to cron4.com/find a job and find your next job today. Cron 4 News in prime time, 7 nights a week.
The American Nurses Association California strongly opposes 23 because it would force many dialysis clinics to shut down.
Protect me and 80,000 other dialysis patients. Please vote no on Prop 23.
All right, now time for our 4-zone forecast as we get a live look outside right now at the Golden Gate Bridge.
Chief Meteorologist Lawrence Carno is here for the Smokecast.
Yeah. Wish I could say that was fog coming through the Golden Gate. Unfortunately, that's not. That is all smoke. And look at the winds now in and around the fire. You can see those winds blowing to almost 20 miles an hour at St. Helena, 17 in Yountville, 17 Glen Ellen, 12 miles per hour Pope Valley, 11 miles per hour Soda Springs, 15 in Atlas. So certainly getting that northerly component now to the wind, which we feared, worried about that causing these fires to blow up a bit. And certainly that's a real possibility overnight tonight and tomorrow. So we're going to see those winds die down overnight and then pick up again by tomorrow evening. Temperature is also a problem as we're going to see heat advisories up around the Bay Area, going to be hot. The only thing that might knock these temperatures down a bit is all that smoke outside. We saw that happen today. It actually formed a little blanket, kept some of that sunlight from getting through and kept the temperatures down. We're still looking at 80s into San Francisco. You've got 90s into Redwood City, about 91 in Fremont, 95 degrees in San Jose. In and around the fire, 90s, maybe near triple-digit heat there, about 99 degrees in Concord and 99 in Livermore. Red flag warnings are up across the Bay Area mountaintops above 1,000 feet all around now, not just in the North Bay, but also the East Bay and the South Bay. Looks like things are going to change, but not until the weekend. That's where we're going to see a strong onshore wind and much cooler temperatures as we head in towards Sunday.
All right, thank you, Lawrence. All the more reason to look forward to the weekend. That wraps it up for us at 6.
Yeah, have to get through these next few days. Stay safe, everybody.
Breathe easy.
The Great Debate Blowback.
Would you shut up, man?
Gentlemen. The worst presidential face-off in American history. How will it impact the election? Next, Inside Edition. Tonight at 7, followed by ET at 7:30.
I never planned on being in an accident, but that truck didn't stop. The truck accident left me with so many questions. I gotta call the Barnes firm. That was the best call I could have made.
Humira patients, this one's for you. You inspired us to make your Humira experience even better with Humira Citrate Free. It has the same effectiveness you know and trust, but we remove the citrate buffers. There's less liquid and a thinner needle with less pain immediately following injection. Ask your doctor about Humira Citrate Free, and you can use your copay card to pay as little as $5 a month.
Humira can lower your ability to fight infections. Serious and sometimes fatal infections, including tuberculosis and cancers, including lymphoma, have happened, as have blood, liver, and nervous system problems, serious allergic reactions, and new or worsening heart failure. Tell your doctor if you've been to areas where certain fungal infections are common, and if you've had TB, hepatitis B, are prone to infections, or have flu-like symptoms or sores. Don't start Humira if you have an infection.
Ask your doctor about Humira Citrate Free, the same Humira you trust with less pain immediately following injection.
If you can't afford your medicine, AbbVie may be able to help.
At
App-based drivers strongly support Prop 22 because it protects the flexibility they need.
I'm a busy single mom.
Recently retired.
Taking a full course load.
App-based driving works for my family.
Being an independent contractor works for me.
By 4-to-1, app-based drivers want to stay independent contractors.
That's why we need Prop 22.
Prop 22 protects our ability to drive on our own schedule.
And offers wage guarantees
and healthcare benefits.
Join me and hundreds of thousands of drivers in voting yes.
Yes.
Yes. Yes on Prop 22.
No one plans on having an accident. That morning, it happened to me. After the fall, I had so many questions. I gotta call the Barnes firm. And that was the best call I could have made.
Next ET, we're talking to Nene Leakes, the real reason she left Housewives and who she's calling out now.
I'm over it.
Plus, our new interview with Rihanna.
I just wanted to have a fun time.
Next ET.
Tonight at 7:30, followed by KRON 4 News at 8.